quantity process is I'm going to take this buttstock and then the forend, but I'm going to be doing them at separate times because I don't want to do too much and then, oh crap, you know. I don't have a lot to work with up here as to good quality wood. And so what I have to do is I'm going to be taking some paint stripper. Now this is just, you know, yeah, clean strip. This is, you know, from Walmart. You can buy this in a spray can. It's a lot easier to use than like the gel. The gel goes a while longer because you can spread it. But I like to use this because you don't have to have the mess or the you know, the worry about spilling the bottle of the jug of gel. So I like this a lot better. Anyways, what we're going to do is simply spray this onto the stock, and sometimes it has an effect, you know, major effect to it. Maybe it needs to sit, you know, this says works in 15 minutes. Maybe it needs to sit there for an hour or two, and then we'll be scraping it all off. I'm going to have to be doing some woodworking with it. I don't really like doing that with old stocks, but there is a lot of cracks in here, so I'm going to have to do a quality fill job so it doesn't have that giant space, you know, that nice little lighter area right there or anything, and we'll just get to going. So all I have to do is simply, I'm going to do it in one take here, and I have some poor lighting where I'm at in this area of the garage. That's just because this is where I do my spraying and stuff. What you hear behind you is the dehydrator. I have some jerky on right now, deer jerky, so I'm waiting for that while I'm doing this project. Actually, I don't know why I grabbed this piece of wood. You want to make, or a piece of cardboard. You want to make sure you have a piece of cardboard that's clean and free of recent paint. So just trying to check this on you. Well, this one's close enough. This is just the print. Okay, we'll just pick the stickers off, just make sure. Oh, close enough. Alright, so what we have here is a clean piece of cardboard. It has stuff on the back, but what we're going to have to do is, we can't set it up. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I don't want to turn that. So maybe I'll just do, I'll lay one side over, and we'll just do one side at a time. So I want to make sure your can's nice and shaken out. Do a test. And this sprays in streams, and it kind of goes out, so you kind of want to get it far away. You really want to make sure you want to do this to your gun until you make sure you don't go and spray it right off, and then, oh crap, I don't want to do that now. You know, I've seen people do that before, where they get into a project and then they don't know how to, you know, stop it from there. There's no way to stop this now. This process right here is just going to start, and it's going to look like it's like a foam. That'll turn to like a thicker gel paste, and it'll start eating the finish away. So you do want to wear gloves, because that stuff will burn your skin. But as you know right there, you can see the little bubble there. It already has eaten that much of the glove away just from touching it, from that little bit of turning over the stock. It just eats latex like crazy. So I usually use this isn't latex, this is nitrile. I usually use a chemical glove, but they are now missing. So anyways, next will be the forend. Okay guys, so I found my gloves I was speaking of. I know I'm not in the camera exactly. This is the forend, and I apologize for the horrible light. Anyways, and I'm out here in my workout clothes and whatnot. The horrible forend here, it's really chewed up in the front. Somebody tried to do a project or a fix on it many years ago, and just like dabbed it on there and went to town. And this is going to be perfectly round and smooth, and it's going to look very clean when I am done with it. Now this is the part on the back that you know, where the gun, where it breaks. This sits back here like so. I just now noticed that the screw holes are completely bored out. So I tried to tighten it up, and it just kept on getting looser and looser and looser. And so I'm going to be drilling those out and then tapping. I think I have 3/16 dowels. Maybe I should get some 1/4 inch. I have some 3/16 dowels, I know. I'm going to be drilling those holes out, re-tapping the dowels in there, filling them with glue and everything, sanding them and whatnot, and then re-drilling these holes, because those are kind of important to have your stuff meet up nice and tight. So that would be that project, or that part of the project. We're just going to take this now. We're going to go ahead and I've been sitting there for close to 30 minutes now. We're going to take and simply spray this one down too. On this one, we're going to do the, we'll be doing the outside, drying it and everything, getting it clean, and then flipping it over and getting the inside of it, because there's a lot of oils and grease in there. And then after this process, if it doesn't look too good, I'm going to be getting some alcohol, like denatured alcohol, dumping it into a tank, and then dipping these into it, because these have probably oil soaked into them from many years of use, and depends on what kind of stain they use. Probably an oil-based stain instead of a water-based or anything. So I'll be dipping these into denatured alcohol to clean them up. So we'll see you in the next step. Alright guys, so it's been probably 5 days now, and I have been working at my job on and off on this. But as you can see here, this is the old. This is this is the barrel, obviously, but this is what it all used to look like. It's old, rusty blue and everything. Well, this is a the receiver here. If I get that off there. I have soaked it in vinegar. I've used. I'm sorry for the shaky camera. I've used the Birchwood Casey Blue and Rust removers. Soak. I kind of just soaked it on there, and it's working pretty good. You can kind of see how it's got there. How that's just a little bit of work I started on just now. Obviously, before, I don't know what exactly the brown finish is called, but that's how these guns were all Parkerized, I guess. Not really Parkerization, but I think maybe it is. I don't know. But it's not really a blue. It's just kind of a brown finish. That's how these guns were. I'm gonna blue all this stuff, and you can see the major difference there as to what it all looks like. I have the buttstock. This right here was extremely thin and all them cracks. The cracks are filled and sanded down. It is what it is. Not much I can do for it. But right here, this crack right here came all the way across here. So I went ahead and sanded this flat, like so, and then the top flat also. And I just took some oak, because I don't know what kind of wood this stock is. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but I took some oak, and we'll just kind of color match it with a walnut stain. So everything will be kind of universal. And I went and filled it in, and I had to do a little bit of working here and there. I had to do some epoxy setting right here, because I actually chipped this little piece out here. You can see that. See the focus in there. So there's a little bit of epoxy set right there in the middle. I had to set that and then put the receiver in there and tighten it down and get it down. The top right here also like that. Had to first, before I put this piece of wood on top, there was the giant crack on top here that went into like a sideways V. Well, I had to basically cut that out, glue in a piece of wood, sand it down, and then chop that back out, and then sand this square and flat to get this top piece here. Because I didn't want to come all the way back here. I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to come all the way back here with this piece of wood, and to make it go flat all the way. I didn't want it to bring it all the way back here, this fill-in piece. So yeah, it kind of looks kind of goofy with that fill wood there, right there in the middle. But like I said, this gun will never be shot. You know, if it is, it's going to be Gonna need some more work to it functionally, because there's an internal piece here. Basically, the locking bar for the barrel is broken. It's been broken before, and then they welded it. And if I can get somebody to weld it, I'll be peachy. But if I can't, I'll just have to put it back together or find a new one, and so it can shoot. I'm going to tighten the barrel up just as much as I can, so it meets the receiver and is tight. The barrel is really good, in good condition. Everything is in good condition, other than this little bit of pitting we've talked about here, which I'm going to buff that out hopefully and get it going good. And then there's a little bit of pitting, you know, it's pitted all the way down, but it's just minor pitting. And so if I can get this out and clean this up a little bit, and the rest of the barrel, the inside is perfect as can be. The only problem I find so far is the face of this right here is pitted, and I don't think I'll be able to clean it up enough to make sure it's not pitted, but it is what it is. We'll deal with it and go from there. But yeah, I have this here, the little fore-end, which is only like 8 inches long, is doing some. I have it soaking right now to get some get the grains raised up so I can do some work on it, and then it'll go from there. So anyways, this is a quick update. I'll see you in the next part. Hey kids, so it's I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, day 5 of the firearm restoration. You know, I had to do this part in parts because I had to do a little bit each day. Today I have got that down to the blue, you know, clear stainless steel. You know, pretty much pretty shiny. As you can tell here, comparison. There's the barrel. There's the receiver. Now the receiver obviously has a lot of pitting in it. This, like I said this before, this gun won't be fired. Depending on stress, maybe a couple extremely low recoil loads. Maybe we can do that. Maybe some low recoil loads. But yeah, this has a lot of pitting in it. For the most part, I've got most of it out. I am using an orbital sander, which, okay guys, I know is probably not the best thing because you need, you know, I don't know what all the professionals use and everything, but I'm not a professional and this is going to be on the wall, so just to clean it up and make it look wall worthy, the orbital sander was 220 and then 320, and now I'm using, well, actually no, I'm still using 320, but I have some 400 I think yet to do. And so far, to get down to this very shiny stainless here, or you know, basically stainless, I am using an wire brush here on my Dremel, and that is just cleaning that up like crazy. It doesn't look as shiny as it should because I got fingerprints, because I got dirty hands. I will clean it up. I'll buff it up with some mother's wax and stuff. Actually, no, I don't even do that. So I'm going to be degreasing it anyways to blue it, so I won't be doing any mothers on it right now. But there's some internal spots right there that I cannot get to with the Dremel, so I don't know what to do with those cleaning up wise. But like I said, all the external parts is all I'm really worried about. The internal parts, I found that, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, the bolt or the barrel locking nut that goes in here, this is it right here. And it sits in the bottom here like so. Well, apparently it's been repaired before. It has a giant crack on it. Let's see if I can zoom in. I know I can bring it to the camera, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so you see these little grind marks here, where that little buildup is, and right there. I don't know if that's just a normal breaking point of these guns, and that's where they do it, you know, in the factory. It almost looks like it because that's a little catch. But anyways, this is either been broken or it's done before. So I don't know if it's a reinforcement or just a repair. Probably a repair, since this gun is like 100 and some years old. I found out since this is a 1900, this is a model 1900, see if I can get that in there. Well, still has some pitting left on it. Where'd it go? There it is. It is patent 1901, 1900. So this is a model 1900.
And it varies from 1901 or 1900 to 1905. This specific gun was made, so it's that old. So it's gonna be a nice little discussion piece, especially after I clean it up all the way. This, I mean, it looked much better yesterday. This did. I had to put another coat of paint strip on it because it had a lot of stuff in it still, coming out and scraping off. I have plugged these holes and these holes. This is going to be obviously the fore end and then the little connector here. Those holes are plugged, not flush yet. You can kind of see a little bit of a bump there. Those will be flush, and then I'm going to buy basically a sand it yourself butt pad that I can put my own little comb and everything on it. I'm actually probably going to shorten the stock just a little bit because it's got a pretty lengthy or pretty long length of pull right now, and I don't want those butt pads you can purchase have a pretty long length of pull on them. So I'm going to probably shorten this up just like a ½ inch or so, maybe a ¼ inch, just to get it some fresh wood and whatnot to look at. Otherwise, I'm still working on this little fill job up here, and it looks like the wood looks like crap right now, but I'm going to be sanding it down pretty soon, and I'll do a quick update video on that, and we'll see what it looks like after that. And then I'm going to continue polishing all these parts. All this was so nasty, and it's awesome now. Like, here's the hammer. I can't wait to glue all this stuff. This is amazing. This is the little piece that goes on the fore end. So say here's the fore end. That goes right there, just like so, and connects up to here. It's not as shiny. I can't get it as shiny. I've tried. But here's the trigger. I haven't touched it yet other than with a sander. I'm going to be obviously grinding that down. I have cleaned this up here. This is the release. It looks so much better. So anyways, battery's about to die, and I will update you next. See you later.